Okay, once again, Jesse Walker coming at you live here, folks. Just wanted to check in again on you, give you this next video on the treasure that is Jesus Christ. And man, this is like something that I'm so passionate because I know that it's the answer. It is the answer for all these people, my generation. We're called the millennials. We have a lot of people who are, just depressed and, they just don't have a lot of hope. But I know what the answer is. They need Jesus Christ. And so I'm here coming at it from where I'm at, and I know a lot of my friends who don't have the answer. I'm trying to tell you today, who you're still in middle school, and you're still able to make that decision while you're still younger. You can find out the answer now, or you don't have to go into all that crazy stuff. You could start right now, if you haven't already, with the answer to that question of how do I go through life not being sad, not feeling meaningless, not feeling depressed, and all these different things. And the answer is found in Jesus Christ. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, oh, that's such a church answer. Like, you can't just say the words Jesus and just expect all of your problems to go away. But the reason that it is so true that if you have Jesus Christ at the center of your life is that when you are pursuing the different things of life, like money or all of anything other than Jesus Christ, the difference with those, sorry, I had to sneeze. The difference with all of those other things is that you never finally obtain them. You never finally get enough money. You never finally get enough fame. You never finally get enough status in life. People don't ever finally think of you, as the best person, and you never have haters, and you never have people that don't like you. So you're always just striving and striving and striving and striving and striving, and you never reach the end of it. You will never, ever get to the end of those goals. You will always want more money. You will always want more fame. You will always want a better car. You buy a house in a certain neighborhood, you always want a better neighborhood, or a better house, or a pool in the back, or something. There's always going to be something that you will need the next step. And the big difference with when you start to think of Jesus as the ultimate treasure of your life is that the coolest thing is that you already have it. You already are there with the treasure of your life. You already have obtained the treasure in your life. If you're listening to this and you're a Christian, if you have faith in Jesus Christ, you already are there. You have already arrived at having the ultimate treasure of life. So there's a lot of religions out there. There's a lot of people that believe in certain things where they think that with God they have to do all of this stuff. They have to run, and do all of these crazy things, and then God will love them, or then God will accept them, then God will let them go to heaven, or something like that. But the difference with Jesus, with the true God, with our true Father who lives in heaven, is it's not on the basis of your works that he accepts you. So you already have everything that you have in Jesus Christ. All you have to do is put your faith in him. It's like trusting him is all that you have to do. So that's the beauty of what Jesus Christ has already done for us on the cross. He's already lived the perfect life that I couldn't live, that you as the camper could not live, that you as your parents could not live. He already has lived that perfect life so that we don't have to. So that when we do screw up, when we do stuff that's sinful, which we will, that I will do, that you will do, we are still accepted. That God can still look at us and say, you are perfect, you are sinless, you are righteous because of what Jesus Christ has done on our behalf. Now that doesn't mean that you go out and go out sinning rampantly. That would be what Paul was getting at in Romans. But the point is that when you do screw up, you already have Jesus Christ who went on your behalf. He already did all of that for you. And that's the gospel. That is the true gospel, is that we already have the ultimate treasure that we could ever want, and it's in Jesus Christ. If you put your faith in Jesus Christ, you have the ultimate hope, because through all this uncertainty that you see in coronavirus and all these things going on in our world right now, we don't know what the world's going to look like in 6 months. But you know what your relationship with Jesus Christ is going to look like in 6 months, in a year, in 16 years. You know it's going to be, you know that he's going to be accepting you regardless of how you live, regardless of how you act. He's going to love you even when you do bad things, even when you screw up. Now, obviously, I still want to please God. I still want to glorify God. So I get up every morning with that desire in my heart. And that's why I'm doing this video right now, because I want to glorify God. But the coolest thing with what I believe and what your parents probably believe is that you don't have to be perfect for God to accept you. And that is a beautiful thing. That's the difference in what we believe as Christians from what all of these other religions believe. All these other religions, they would tell you that you have to do all of these things and then you can go to heaven. Then God will accept you. Then he will love you. But that's just not the truth. That's a lie. What the true gospel says is that Jesus, he lived on this earth. He lived a life that you could not live. He lived a perfect and stainless and spotless life that you could not live. And he died the death that you deserved to die, that I deserved to die. And he took our place so that God could punish all of the sins that you would commit. And then if you put your faith in him, in Jesus Christ, God will take all those sins and put them on the account of Jesus Christ. And then he can look at you and say, therefore, you are righteous. You are righteous. You are not a sinner in my eyes anymore. Now, are we going to screw up? Absolutely. I'm going to screw up probably tomorrow or even today. I'm going to screw up. But I know that when I do those things, that God, that Jesus Christ is still accepting me. And that is a beautiful thing. That is why we have hope in these uncertain situations. That's why it doesn't matter to me what the world will look like in 6 months. Now, surely I'm going to have plans, but the ultimate thing is that I know that my relationship is going to be solid with Jesus Christ, and that's all I care about. And that's why it's so important to have Jesus Christ as your ultimate treasure, because that's the hope that we have in this world. We don't have to be living in uncertainty. We don't have to be living in constant confusion and just running. That's not what it's all about. So yeah, I hope that this has been an encouragement, and I hope that you can go out like Peter says and be able to give people reason for the hope that's in you. That as you live out your testimony, your life in front of other people that you live with in the neighborhood that you're at, if you go back to school next semester, that you can they look at you and they say, well, this person doesn't seem to be saddened at all by different stuff that is going on in the world right now, or they're just they're able to handle all of the rough stuff that comes up in life. And you can tell them, well, there's a reason for that. It's because I'm standing on a solid rock. I'm standing on a solid foundation. That is Jesus Christ. And you can tell them, and as Ravi Zacharias would say, who's just passed away, he would say that they are standing firmly in midair. They're just standing what they think to be on solid rock, but they're actually just standing in midair. And so maybe your life will be the reason that they can too come to Christ. And so, but if you haven't put your faith in Jesus Christ, that is why. That is the answer of how you go through this life without all of those things, without all the things that you don't have to go out with. You don't have to live through. So I hope that this has been an encouragement to you guys and gals, and I hope your summer is going well. Hope it continues to go well, and hopefully I will be able to see you next summer at Marywood Christian Camp. And I know that it was a huge impact in my life, and it still is, and I hope that I get to visit sometime soon. So hopefully I will see you all in the near future, but at any rate, hope you have an awesome summer.